So students, till so far we have discussed the laws of reflection, and which was nothing but when incident ray falls on a reflecting surface, it bounces back to the same medium and the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection, and both incident ray, reflected ray and normal all lie in the same plane at the point of incidence. Proceeding after this, we need to discuss the type of reflecting surface. What are the types of reflecting surfaces? So, first one is plane mirror and spherical mirror. Spherical mirror have two different types, that is convex mirror and concave mirror. What is concave and what is convex mirror? So convex mirror and concave mirror will be like this. The outer bulge of any spherical body, if acting as a reflecting surface, then that mirror is known as convex mirror. The inner side of a spherical mirror is painted with some color. Similarly, concave mirror is the mirror in which the inner side of a spherical body is a reflecting surface and the outer one is painted. So convex mirror is the mirror in which the outer bulge is acting as reflecting surface, and in concave mirror the inner surface of the spherical body is acting as reflecting surface and the rest one is painted. Whether it is plane mirror or spherical mirror, all these types of reflecting surface follows the laws of reflection. So, since in law of reflection we have already discussed that the reflection of plane mirror is of certain kind. In this, suppose this is a plane mirror, incident ray and reflected ray, this is normal. In this, the image form will be virtual and erect and will be of same size as that of object, same distance from mirror as that of object. These are the outcomes when any object is placed before the plane mirror. You will find that the same distance will be there between the object distance and image distance. The size of the image and object will be same, and since the reflection is of same side but the image is getting inside the mirror, so we can say that it is virtual and erect image. Now moving towards the spherical mirrors. In spherical mirrors, firstly we will discuss the concave mirror. As we have discussed that concave mirror have inner side reflecting surface and outer one is painted. Firstly, we will discuss the nomenclature of different rays and apertures. This axis which joins the mirror to the pole will be treated as principal axis. This is pole, this is curvature. The front space of this mirror or reflecting surface is known as aperture, where we seems to make fall the white light. This space is known as aperture, where white light will pass. And in this axis there is a point called principal focus. Principal focus is a point of intersection of ray of light after reflection when incident ray is parallel to the principal axis and striking the reflecting surface. After striking the reflected surface, it intersects the principal axis. So the point of intersection of this reflecting ray and the principal axis is known as principal focus, provided the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis. The double of P and F distance is PC distance, and this is radius of curvature since C is center of curvature. Center of curvature is basically the center point of this whole curvature of whose small part is this mirror. As we have named here, this is the curvature. So this center of curvature is basically not the center of this part of the curvature or curvature, but basically this is the center of the whole sphere of which this curvature is a small part. So this PF distance is basically the focal length. PC distance is radius of curvature. And as you know, this is principal pole. Suppose we have put any object beyond center of curvature and a ray of light striking to this reflecting surface. After striking, it passes through the principal focus. Then why this so happen? Question arises that why this happen that it only passes to principal focus? We have rule this. We have a rule that it will only pass to principal focus. So I would remind you the law of reflection, and in this we have discussed the incident ray, the angle of incidence is equal to the angle of reflection. So here the curvature is a curve, or the surface is curve. So firstly we will draw here a tangent to this curve at this particular point, and thereafter placing a perpendicular or normal to this tangent. From here, this is the incident ray and this is normal. So the angle between incident ray to the normal is angle of incidence, and the angle between the reflected ray to the normal is angle of reflection, and this should be equal to this. So by putting this value, suppose we have 40 degree of angle of incidence, and to the same angle we have drawn this geometrically by equating this angle to this. And every time when we vary 40, 45, 50, 55 and 60 degree, at every time we have noticed that the ray will pass through principal focus. So this law of reflection gave us a rule that when light rays are parallel, after reflecting it crosses through principal focus. Now what will happen when the ray of light will pass through center of curvature? Similarly, we need to find out what will happen when the ray of light passes through the center of curvature. Suppose we have this principal focus, this is principal focus, this is soul and center of curvature, and a ray of light entering from center of curvature, what will happen? As we have discussed in the earlier classes that anything which is passing to center of curvature will be perpendicular if you draw tangent here. So it will bounce back to the same direction without any deflection. This is another rule we have to notice. And the other one is when any ray passes through principal focus, after reflecting, it will become parallel to the principal focus by applying the same law of reflection. Okay, so these rules you should remember on the basis of laws of reflection. The next topic we will discuss later, and which is that the measurement or sign convention while measuring all these parameters, and the position of object and the position of image and the relation between them with the help of focal length, that is called mirror formula. We will discuss in the next lecture. Thank you so much.